Using your Twitter profile to promote your YouTube channel is coming up next. Every YouTuber should be on Twitter. Twitter is an easy platform to use, it doesn't take a lot of work, and you could potentially find an audience there. So let's talk about properly setting up your profile on Twitter to advertise and promote and support your YouTube channel. Now, one of the great things about Twitter is with a little bit of upfront work, you can set up your profile just right, and then it will continue to work for you over time without needing very much in the way of updating. And you can very easily share your videos from YouTube to Twitter to promote them. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to walk you through the various aspects of a Twitter profile. So if you don't yet have Twitter, you can see the little parts and pieces, how they fit together and how easy it is. And if you already are on Twitter, you can do a little audit of your profile to make sure that you've got all the pieces in place to promote your channel. So let's start with the profile picture. The profile picture should be exactly the same as your profile picture on YouTube. You want to establish some brand consistency. Now, the dimensions might not be exactly the same, but both the profile on YouTube and on Twitter is a square image that crops into a circle. So just through some simple scaling, you should be able to upload your profile picture the same as on YouTube, but you're going to want to upload it in Twitter's native resolution. Similarly, you're going to want your banner to look very similar to YouTube. Now, it might not be exactly the same because I know some of you have arrows pointing to the subscribe button or say subscribe. You're not going to want to say that on Twitter because you don't subscribe on Twitter, you follow on Twitter. As well, the dimensions are a little bit different, not just in terms of the resolution, but also the aspect ratio. So you might be cropping your banner image from YouTube a little bit to get it on Twitter. Again, upload in Twitter's native resolution, and you might need to crop it a little differently than you do on YouTube, but it should be very similar so people can easily tell this is related to your YouTube channel. You are allowed to have a link in your Twitter profile, so this should point directly to your YouTube channel if that's what you're wanting to drive traffic to. If YouTube is your primary focus, if it's the bottom of that funnel that all your social media should be driving your traffic and your audience to, then this should be a direct link to YouTube. I also caution you against using link shorteners because people don't generally trust those. If they see that that is clearly a YouTube link, I think they're much more likely to click on it because they have some sense of where it's going to go. They can trust that link. Now, if you look to the right of that link, you'll see that the day that I joined Twitter under this account shows there as well. It's important to join Twitter as soon as possible. If you haven't already, soon as you're done watching this video, open a new window and sign up for Twitter as your YouTube channel. Having an older join date establishes credibility on the platform. This is particularly important if in that dream scenario where you have overnight success and other people try to pretend to be you, by you having the older account, you're more likely to be able to control your brand and your messaging that way. You should also have a pinned tweet. And I recommend the pinned tweet should be including a link to one of your YouTube videos. You already have your channel link in the profile, so you're not going to want to have the same link twice in your profile right away. So I don't think the pinned tweet should be a link to your channel. I think it should be a link to a video, and you'll get a decent preview screen here. Easily, you can just make it your most recent video, or perhaps your most popular video with the most views, maybe the video that gets you the most watch time, or perhaps the video that's getting you the most subscribers. This can be yet another way of getting more subscribers on YouTube. Now in the top right hand corner, you'll see that there are a couple of pictures. These are recent pictures that this account has used on the platform. And it would be a good idea when you're performing a little audit on your profile to take a look at what pictures show there. Are they on brand? Do they represent what your channel is about? And I've left mine here doing a bad example of that. You can see we've got our TubeBuddy milestone certificate, which is somewhat about the channel. It's about celebrating a milestone in our success. But this is a travel channel. It's not really a picture about travel. Something like this might be more appropriate on our small YouTuber's Twitter account. Similarly, we've got Denzel Washington there because this account recently used one of his animated GIFs or GIFs, depending on how you want to say that, in response to a tweet. And so it put it there as one of my recent pictures. And as much as I love Denzel Washington, he's not doing anything for me there. These are not great representative pictures of my brand. My brand is not about acting or movies. My brand is about travel. So something that I could do to address that is to tweet some pictures of my travel adventures so that they would show on the profile and bump these not totally on-brand pictures out of there. You might also want to look at the other Twitter accounts that are being recommended on your profile. Are these on brand? Are these similar accounts? Or are they other accounts that you own? For example, my personal Cowman account appears to be here, and so I might want to consider how I'm using Twitter to interact with other accounts and who I'm following to make sure that I'm interacting with things that are on brand and appropriate. Now, an optional thing you could do is put a hashtag in your description. Now, it's important that your description says what you're about and preferably why you do what you do. But if you have a hashtag that you use, for example, the hashtag VI podcast I use for my audience to submit topic ideas for my audio podcast. So if that is a hashtag, if someone were to click on it, would mostly get things about your brand, then absolutely include it. But if it's a hashtag that would lead them away from your brand, then you might not want to put the hashtag in your profile description. That is ultimately up to you. So hopefully this video has helped you either set up your Twitter profile or perform a quick little audit on your profile to make sure that it's representing your channel and driving traffic the way that you want. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to check out some other awesome videos on the channel that'll show you how to master social media to promote your YouTube channel, and as well there are tutorials for tools like TubeBuddy, and we even do live channel reviews where I give free 30-minute channel reviews. But the trick to that is you gotta join us early in chat to get your request in. We always have more requests than we have time. So if you subscribe with notifications on, click the bell and set it to all, you can join us early in chat in a future live stream and maybe get a free channel review. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video or the next live stream.